Hey everybody, we are the Heart of Austin Homes team. I'm Elise.
And I'm John.
And we have our Hot or Not for October.
Hot or Not, you remember that back plan? Like,
it was this website you would like rate people on whether or not they were
send
hot.
pictures of yourself and just see like, hey, am I actually hot or not?
Yeah, and I put up like what I thought was the most attractive picture of me, and I think I got like a 6 point something. I was like devastated.
Oh, I was totally hot. I put myself in like the Neo outfit with like the stretch black pants and the chainmail shirt and the glasses. I got like 9.5s, 9.8s.
I was like, I'm not a 6.
But I got old. I still do. If we put this up there, this would totally not get hot anymore.
This is so
like a 3.
not hot by sexy standards. This, however,
But it's real estate hot.
Is real estate hot. So let's see. Even though this is Hot or Not for November, this is Hot or Not for 66 for October because we don't know what's going to happen.
November's not
Totally,
done yet.
we can't tell you specific numbers. We can tell you projected trends. So first thing to note is that our solds are up across the board from last year. This is
Well, you gave it away. This is you hidden the percentage. It's at 874.
okay. In all of Austin,
In all of Austin, up 3.1%.
3.1%.
Since last year,
Last year they were at 847, and now they're at 874.
in October.
Which is funny because everybody's talking about how this market's going to be slowing down, etc.
Oh, we've got more information for you on that. But so far, these numbers I think are going to tell a different story for Austin.
Yeah. And then for South Austin,
4.4%. Okay, now what is South Austin here?
South Austin is
that
787.
04?
No, it's everything south of 71.
Okay, because there's a big difference.
290 that's
Okay.
still within Austin city limits. So it's 78744, 78747, 78745, 78748, 78749, 78739.
Okay, gosh, that's enough 787. I'm done.
Or is
So when
it-
we say
in
South
realtor
Austin, we
speak-
mean...
Yeah. In realtor speak, we'll just be like, the 47, and people will be like, don't talk to me like that. Yeah. So note,
Sales are increasing.
between last year and this year, sales have increased.
And a little bit more in South Austin.
And this is actually very interesting.
Okay, so active. This is also inventory.
So this is number of actives, so things that are sitting on the market.
Waiting to be sold.
Note that, for example, if you're just looking at October, you have about a third of everything is selling
Yep.
right now. So it'll take about 3 months for everything to sell at this rate.
Yep.
Do we think it's up or down?
It's down.
It's down.
Lower inventory.
Yeah, so we have less homes available, but more homes selling than last year for
Which
the
means
same month.
further inventory pressure.
If you hear a baby making really cute sounds,
That's what they do.
because our 3-month-old,
There is a baby
3-week-old,
making really cute sounds over there.
not that time is extended because I'm not sleeping.
Okay, so
that
what is
much.
it for South Austin? Which is what, roughly 1/6 of all
So
of
this
Austin?
is still the number of actives for this past month for October. Do you think it's up or down?
I say down.
It is
Up.
up. So even though the
Shocker.
number of actives is down for all of Austin, our number of actives down here is up a little bit.
Inventory is increasing in South Austin.
Yeah, last year it was at 451,
Yeah.
and this year it's at 472. That's honestly, I mean, these are all little differences. Like this one's actually a pretty significant
It
difference.
is.
There's 3s and 4s. I mean, it's pretty steady, but it's not.
People
It's not
still prefer the
humongous
core
change.
and are willing to pay for it.
And it's definitely not the diving market that everybody loves to say. The rest of the United States is showing some signs of the market.
Now this is the fun part.
Yeah.
Is that actually over the last 2 months, inventory nationwide, which is hard to apply everywhere because real estate's a local market, but it's actually gone up a tiny bit for the last 2 months for like the first time in 3 or 4 years. So nationwide, we're seeing a little bit more inventory on the market, but just like in South Austin, but in Austin, in aggregate, remember that negative 10% includes this. So there are other areas of Austin that are pulling it down further still. So
Definitely.
we're still seeing decreased inventory.
And at this point, nationwide, you'd call it maybe a bit of a compression, but you wouldn't call it any sort of bubble burst or anything
No,
like that. Like it's
no.
a small change, right? Could recover.
I'm not seeing any ninja loans.
But
out there.
also, I mean, all the biggest think tanks are saying like, oh, maybe we're due for a little bit of nationwide correction. Austin may be a bit of a bubble. Everybody likes to have their own predictions
To
on
me, I
this.
think it's turning, but it's going to be like a normal curve and not like this big crazy pop or anything.
Exactly.
Right?
And then median sale price. If you're talking about Austin in general, do we think it's up or down? I mean, really,
Come on,
do we
it's
think
up.
it's up
It's
or
only
down?
going to go one direction.
Yeah.
Okay. That would have been bad to be wrong on film.
So remember,
That's okay.
remember
I may
that
be wrong, school.
median is a different kind of average. So you have 3 different kinds of average. The normal average is you add them all up, you divide by the number of items, and that's your average, right? Median is you line them all
The
up
one in the middle.
and you pick the one in the middle.
I swear, did we do real estate or math lessons, right?
Well, the good thing is we both love math.
That's
I'm
true.
a math minor.
I love
You
math.
might as well be a math major.
I could totally just do math for like an hour and no one would watch, but I would be happy.
I would watch. All right.
There'd be a couple of math nerds
So-
out there. You know who you are.
So I'm
I
actually
love you.
surprised that this isn't higher from last year. Only a 2.2% change on the median.
And remember, it's
I bet
also
you
just
the
for October.
average. Yeah,
Right.
this is true.
So.
So this October versus last October up 2.2%. What do you
South
think about
Austin,
South Austin?
I'm gonna say up too. It's gonna be up. Yep. So we're still
Almost
seeing
twice
pricing.
as much.
But look, you got like a 70K difference.
So last October in 2017, it was at 302,900, and now it's at 315.
So hey, you're getting better price appreciation in South
Definitely.
Austin.
And overall in Austin, your inventory is down, and more people are wanting to buy. So what are we seeing? You're going to get a better price. There aren't enough homes for sale. More people are buying, whether you're talking about South or all of Austin.
And also, keep in mind that interest rates are also headed up, which typically puts compression on prices because you can't afford as much.
So
for the same
technically, when
payments.
interest rates are going up, now is going to be the better time. And I know this sounds totally self-interested. Take it with whatever grain of salt you want to. But now is going to be typically the best time to both buy and sell, because if interest rates go up, every 1% they go up, you can buy 10% less house as far as price goes for the same monthly payment, which we all have a certain amount we can afford to pay
or want
per
to
month.
afford.
Yeah, which is the smarter way to go.
Yeah, don't go with what you can. Go with what you want to afford.
Yeah, exactly. Be smart. But what that means is people are going to be able to afford less house here coming up because the interest rates are going to be up. So generally, housing prices will need to compensate and come down.
Now, there are multiple factors involved. It's not
Exactly.
the only one. So we've got pressure from inventory. If enough people move in and can afford it, they'll be like, I don't care if it's
Facebook's
5%
new office.
or 6%, like they'll pay it. So it's not just one lever.
Yeah.
And Amazon
Good
is saying
God,
that
if Amazon comes here.
they might have an office both in Austin
Go
and North
stand in a
Virginia.
doorway.
So who knows? It's not final, but the rumor mill is saying that Austin may be one of the two.
May
campuses.
still be one of the two campuses. But it's also now the best time to buy because, again, as interest rates are going to go up, and the Fed has said they are going to do those.
And you just look at
So-
the trends; that they're slowly inching up.
I remember I had some buyers a month or so ago where they got their pre-qualified interest rate, and it was a really good rate. And then 2 weeks later, they went to lock their rate, and it had gone up 0.75%, which was humongous.
Even though this number is higher for 1 year ago, the critical thing here is actually what's happened in the last couple months, right? So over just
What's
the last
happened in the last couple
well,
months?
over just the
Sean?
last since August, right? That inventory number is actually down 10%. So this is year over year. It's actually up 0.4. But if you look at it in the actual sales cycle for the
Wow,
year,
that's interesting. So
It's
there's
down 10%.
10% less homes to buy in South Austin,
within
even
the
though
last 3 months.
Austin's sales are up
So
4.4.
math is fun this way because you can have a curve, and hey, this number and this number. Actually, no, I'm saying this number and this number. Hey, this one's higher, but hey, within the last so many months, boom, we just had a big drop off. And some of that is certainly seasonal, but just something interesting to know that like right now a lot of homes are being purchased in.
But
South
what's
Austin.
crazy about it is that it had a huge drop off from August to September.
And it actually wouldn't look quite like this because this is one. It's going to be more like I got
Sorry.
a sine curve. I'm all
It actually
peeking out. So this is going to be this month, and that'll be that month. So this is higher, right, than last year. Although I need to inverse that curve, negative sign. Sorry, this is me mathing out.
on our first date, we literally made geometry jokes, and
So here you go. So here, we have an increased inventory since last year, but you have a drop in the last couple months. Now, this is just like a sine wave. It's not like the real model or anything, but I'm trying to illustrate the point.
usually though in fall you would expect inventory to go up.
Yeah.
And so the fact that in the last 2 months it's shot down 10% is actually really significant. Smart time to buy, smart time to sell. Anybody who tells you that they know exactly what the market is going to do is lying. But everything points to interest rates are going up. and there may be a bit of a compression in the market.
Yeah, so this
Nationally,
is what it
maybe
is.
not locally.
It's
We're
like a
hoping not locally, but you know.
Semi-crystal ball, but not really.
Yeah.
It's just the data. So we'll do another one next month and we'll see what happens.
Exactly.
All right.
So, bye you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Elise. This is...
Oh, John, that's right. See you guys.
He's good at math. You know, I don't know about the name.
Thanks so
things.
much for checking
Bye.
us out.